Hmm. Oh, I should be live. Yep, perfect. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here. This was our result from yesterday. Kinda like just going through everything that I have created so far. It's kinda nice. Just as a little bit of a start. So as always, first thing to do is to create a layer folder and get rid of the artwork from yesterday's session. So obviously first thing I'm considering, do I want to create a horizontal or vertical piece? In the background I just want to set up a bit of music for myself and my wind and rain ambient. So I feel like there's some sort of thunderstorm going on outside, even though it's, well, the opposite. Alright, enough staring at the painting from yesterday. I think I'll keep these and I will just repurpose this layer for our next piece. Oh, my colors are gone. Where's my color wheel? So I am thinking... Well, I'm not thinking much. That's the problem right now. My mind has been elsewhere for the day, so I'm not really sure what I want to do. I want to create a more character focused piece. We sort of did this one, like not as up close, but I don't really want to do that then. I have this one as a planned idea, maybe. I could be going for something in a university, but I feel like if I do the university piece, like composition wise, it would be very much similar to the one I just did, at least in my mind. Maybe more of a workshop. I just try to throw on some shapes and see where that might lead me. If I get any ideas. Oh, I could maybe do like the Star Fortress. I think there is this building like the city that I'm currently, or that we're currently in the art journey. It has like this island in its harbor, or in its bay, and that is fortified. I'm thinking maybe I want to draw that. Would be neat. Not too complex, not too story heavy, but yeah, again, this week is kinda rough, so as long as I draw something, I'm kinda happy. And yeah, this might be interesting. So let's do that. Not super complex, but maybe it's more of a actually more of an environment or landscape painting piece. I don't know a lot about the fortress. What's the idea? I want to draw like a fort or a fortification that is in the bay of Sangrada. So I just take this this layer. Like Sangrada is this was like built in the abyss. No, not in the abyss. We're not that cool. This is a really toned down piece. There's just this bay area, right? And you have like the harbor and whatnot. And the city would be here. And there is just this fort of, yeah, it's just a fort, you know, a fortress. That would be in the ocean here. Oh, it'd also be a cool view. But I kinda wanna why did I get purple crown? I don't know. Or probably because you're like writing so much, or like you're the person who's writing the most. Yeah, that's probably it. Congrats. Hell yeah. Not much competition right now though, right? #1 viewer, yeah. I will say, I mean, I shouldn't say it before, you know, I have like crossed 10 streams or something. But I feel like there are less like no bots so far, right? But maybe there's just no traffic on YouTube in general. I don't know. I have no idea how the viewership game goes. I don't really want to bother with it. Now you jinxed it. Maybe. Maybe I invited a bot, like, I can show you that I'm here. So yeah, I'm just thinking maybe we'll just do a very plain landscape piece today. Something that's not as exciting when like compared to maybe the other stuff. At least no forest. Well, there will be trees on this thing. There will be trees. And it's sort of a forest thing. I like forts. You like fortresses? Fortresses? Fort. Such a strange word. Fort. I don't know. Fortress is nice. Fort. And a city. But yeah, you know, this is kind of the piece. Thanks for joining the stream. Bye. No. No. We'll do a bit more. But not much. Not much. Cause I don't know, I've done all these. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why I said it sounds silly. Maybe that's the reason. I like the idea of what was that brush? That is a custom. I just call it like a ripple brush. It has like a custom texture I made, and I don't know, I kind of like it. Oh. Drawing my color wheel. My posture is terrible. So yeah, I wanna keep this painterly, or more painterly than the other ones, I suppose. Like, maybe, because if I'm not being adventurous with the... That's cool. Yeah, I like most of my brushes are somewhat custom. I mean, I don't often use fancy brushes right now, but pretty much all of them I have adjusted in some way to better suit what I do. Like even the simple brushes, like I've changed how my ink brush feels. The square brush here is kinda, I think, unique. I have this brush which is more blocky. I don't use that nearly enough, actually. Maybe I use that today more to get the shapes here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't tend to put a lot of thought into like brushes and custom brushes. Like I usually only bother with them when I need them for something specific, or when I just have fun and try around my influence. Yeah, maybe. I kinda want this to be more like allow the colors to bleed outwards. And like this is the cool thing that I've noticed, this ripple brush is really nice for creating just basic like a foundation for water. It just has this weird rhythm to it that can create a nice stylized water. Alcatraz. I suppose that also is like a fortress. This one isn't in use though, like it has been destroyed once and then they were like, eh. The time of Ocean Fortresses is kinda over. Because Cloud Vessels sort of ruined that. Like if I remember correctly, I'm not sure, I don't have the lore at hand right now. It's Sky time, yeah. Like this was a pretty good defensive measure against ships and stuff. Essentially, Sangrara has always been fought over by like 2 neighboring nations. And so yeah, it has seen quite a lot of battle. And it has like changed ownership now and then. But yeah, the fortress, like this fortress essentially was one reason why it was fairly well defended for a while. That gave the name. Yeah, right. That was one of the ideas. Just the constant fighting over the city. There is like a guy, not sure what his name was. I think it was Lucas. No, let's call him Lucas. Not sure what his full name was, unfortunately, but he does like these really cool, basically just what I'm attempting to do right now, like these landscape paintings, scenes. Pretty much no characters, and if there are characters, they are usually just like these little shapes. I think I actually got them from him. That's actually way too big. Like, if there were people on here, they would be more like this probably. But yeah, I guess this piece would be somewhat inspired by him, because like I'm currently in my mind trying to imagine how I want this to look, and I just see like images of that guy, sorta. The influence is definitely there. I could just add random points. I think what is tricky about this, I mean, I'll probably just have to figure out the rough shape. But first, let's figure out where the light is coming from. I think I want to do frontal, like slightly from the side. And then I can kind of paint that in and create this. No Kiki in this one. Probably not. Very sorry. She, you know, she needs free time sometimes. Can't be there every day. Technically, she had like one day off already. She wasn't on the ship either. But you know, workers' rights. and I think it's important that people take time off now and then. I don't follow my own advice though, but technically I'm taking time off right now, right? Not on knife or since. Yeah, there she wasn't either, right? But they were there, right? So not her shooting day. We're treating this like a, I don't know, production now. Oh, do you know, like, sometimes in fandoms there are like people who then do like alternate universe stories where it's like they are all actors and they have like different personalities behind the set and stuff. Have to do that for Eclipse. But for that we first need like proper story. I just think that's kinda, I don't know, I usually find it quite funny. I'm not sure. Write it this month. No, I won't write. I won't write Eclipse Enigma this month. Sorry. I have like a bunch of stuff in the pipeline. Like the whole reason I'm doing these paintings. Well, there are multiple reasons, right? Never just one. But one big thing about them is that I can explore Eclipse Enigma without having to write all the stuff. Like, I don't want to rush that story right now. Like, I wouldn't know if I liked where it started right now. That's the whole point. Like, I had an idea, but I don't think I like that idea all that much right now. So I'll just play around with the world a little longer, figure stuff out as I go. Maybe we'll draw Aldrich soon. Maybe we'll draw one of the other villains. The evildoers. So that's like one thing I would love to do with these pieces is not to, I mean, I kinda already messed that up because I painted Nayef in that fight scene thing. But I would love to have some sort of gradual descent into like the more dangerous parts of this world. Like essentially one idea was I painted like the pit. So Kikira looked down like this elevator, and so that sort of gave me an opening to show you one moment down there. But yeah, up in the city, everything's chill right now. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not doing the storytelling super chronologically anyway. And I don't wanna get bogged down by a chronologic order, I think. Like, I won't tackle pieces from like genre, so the nation where Yashia is hanging around. I won't do that now. Because I kinda wanna see Russia. No. Well, whatever. There's no arguing here. But like I want to stay in this location for a little and try to really push what I can show, because I feel like everything right now was very surface level, and maybe I wanna do more creative stuff, because otherwise I will just keep running to other locations and do like surface level ideas everywhere, and it's just not as interesting, I think. Or so it's like my thinking right now. Maybe that's weird. But that's also why I want to do like pieces like this for a bit, cause I feel like for the believability, man, my mouth is just not forming the words the way I want them to be formed. So annoying. I want to see the depth. Yeah. And like for me that's also challenging, right? Because I have like ideas, like I know stuff that is going on in the city, and like stuff that you can maybe find in the city, and but knowing that there is stuff and showing that there is stuff are like two different things. So in the back I'm trying to come up with ideas how I can maybe tackle certain scenes or show certain elements. Like I'm definitely hyped for I wanna draw some sentinels. Like they are basically the military or city militia, the enforcers, you know, because we have to rip off Arcane. But they just run around in these, well, it's not mech suits, but they have like tanky armor. The 1010 armor. Yes, the 1010 armor. That stuff. Like one of them spells trouble, you know. But yeah, there would be the question, how do I show them? And I think before I want to show those guys, I want to show, well, other stuff. Way too broken. Like one thing I haven't shown so far at all is like all the magic, basically. Like there, I hinted at it a little bit with Nayef. There's some sparkle in the air. But that's all. Everything else sort of is just tech. And that's sort of intentional, because it is a very tech heavy world. But like I haven't shown any spirits, I haven't shown any Rokai, I haven't shown I haven't shown any of that side of the world. Makes sense from Kiki's POV. Yeah, she would. I mean, she would interact with it in the way that she has like her Chimera core, which, by the way, F you Arcane once more for being like, the Hex core, and now I'm like, man, everything is derivative. That's all I'm saying. But like, because she has that thing, she would kind of be interested in researching or like figuring out Orikinai and like magic. At least a little bit. But that's one of the things that I'm currently thinking how do I want to tackle it? How do I maybe want to rework it? The amount of magic maybe that is available. Though I still believe like overall Eclipse Enigma is a pretty magic heavy world, and I don't really see a way of changing or a reason to change that. It's sort of part of the theme. But yeah, maybe I change stuff about the spirits, maybe I change stuff about people. Not sure. There's lots to explore there. That's what I kind of want to get at. Lots of stuff to explore, lots of stuff to figure out. But yeah, it's also okay, how exactly do I tackle that then? Showing these elements. Like I am, for example, considering going to the University of Sangrada with Kiki and maybe show some stuff there. Like that way I can probably get some, like, what is research in this world, what is I would love to maybe go to a museum, like show some dragon skeletons or something. That would be sick. Because then I can hint at like, oh, there are dragons in this world, but I don't have to paint any dragons right now. Because I don't know, there wouldn't be any dragons here, but I can allude to them. Museum sounds sick. Yeah, right? Museum. Oh. Going to a little fantasy museum. Definitely has its charm. Like, and that's something I realized about the whole IP that I'm sort of grappling with. Big part of what I like about it is just this. Like, there is this whole story of like stopping or figuring out whatever the hell Aldrich wants to do, and stopping the villain of the week, or not the villain of the week, but like the villain of the book, with every story sort of having another villain. Or usually it's not really stopping a villain. Usually it's more like figuring out how to solve the conflict, and then realizing that you probably can't solve the conflict. Honestly. But a huge part that intrigued me about a lot of the stuff that I wrote, and like looking back at it, was just the the world building and this idea of exploring just the casual side of the characters existing in this world. I mean, of course, I like the world building. I made it. But I don't know, you know, it's not it's not like world building in, oh yeah, and then this is like the sword of blah blah blah, the necromancer, and it was used to slay. No, it's more like, oh yeah, over there's like this coffee shop, and it's cool because stuff. So there it has this slice of life nature. He's just hungry. Yeah, kinda. I mean, Aldrich is a huge problem for me in this story. Because he has just gone through so many phases. It's not a phase, mom. And now I'm like, what do I even do with you, man? This is so relaxing, honestly. Like compared to the other paintings, they were also cool. But this is just, you know, I'm just vibing right now. I'm not really doing anything special. Which also means I'm probably not really growing that much from this one. But can't really tell now. This is very early on. But I don't believe that the pace for this one will change much. Might be more boring to watch though, but I don't know. I have no idea. I should use it though to maybe get the commentary a bit more engaging and interesting. How long do you intend to stay today? Like 30 more minutes or something, I assume? Yeah, okay, so 30 more minutes maybe. Around 30 more minutes. I don't think I will be finished by then. Unfortunately, I am rather slow. I mean, I'm also the thing with this one is there isn't much to do outside of these small shapes. Speed up. It's a challenge now. Dude, no. I'm sorry, no. I just I'm just here to prevent my burnout, you know, slow it down a little. I mean, technically it doesn't need too many shapes. Like I might be overworking it and blah blah blah, but I don't know, I like doing that. Because I think with the whole speeding up is like my base work mode, right? I'm trying to be fast and rush through everything all the time. Not that I succeed or something, but I feel like a lot of my work tends to suffer because I don't give it enough time. And so I kinda like that I can just go and say, no, you know, just another hour, just take the time you need, that sort of stuff. But I get, you know, you want to see the finished painting for once. But like in 20 minutes, I mean, maybe. You know, if we keep this super simple, we say we keep the super simple, super painterly, just rely on like little like shapes and implying stuff. Maybe I get it done. We'll just check how it looks by that time. One day, yeah, one day, right? Like I looked at Airtaste stuff again. I know at this point it's obsession. It's official. I can't approach the guy without security knowing about it. Probably would be dangerous. Like I checked his paintings, and one thing that I do think he's really good. Will you draw something like the pool party skin tool, like neuron activated stuff? You I almost did plan that for today. Let's just say when we'll get into the underground, there are locations which might have some, I mean, in Upper Sangrada probably as well, but haven't really planned a lot of that. But yeah, lower Sangrada, definitely. I'll stay awake for that day. Yeah, see, I will just start early that day then, you know, just so we can you can get see the process. Oh man. Hee hee. Don't even know what YouTube. I mean, it's not explicit stuff, so it should be fine. It's just a little. How do you say? A little spicy, maybe. God damn it. Spicy. Yeah. Yeah, I can draw spicy, you know. I can do that. Believe me. Oh well, you will have to, you know, you will have to determine whether I can or cannot. But I think Well, I don't know if that's a thing if you do art and it's like you do that eventually. You realize the kind of power you're wielding. You become aware. Can use it. No, I'm making it sound very weird now. I'll stop. So looking forward to that. Yeah, I see. I see how it is. That gets clicks, you know? Like before that, no one will care about the stream. And then I will get clicks. Inexplicably. And then, you know, that's as always with everything. I will start selling my soul. I will be like, ah, I shouldn't draw this too much. But you know, maybe next stream, just one more. And people are like, oh, you should do more of that. And I'm like, not really. And yeah, make a thumbnail for it too. Yeah, probably will. Probably won't do that though. I mean, you know, I don't. Part of this is always I don't really know how the painting will look until I'm like halfway into the stream. You become the person in the picture, poetic. Hmm. The thing is, before I do the spicy painting, oh my god, we're children. Um, before I do that, I'll definitely do like a more close-up stuff with like other characters and other scenes, just to get my practice going. Because essentially at that point I'm just trying to paint, well, characters again. Isn't a bad thing. Other than Kiki. No, maybe them, but you know. I feel like right now I haven't gotten very close to them in the pictures, and that was rather deliberate because the moment I get to like close ups and stuff, I have to figure out a lot of stuff and paint them more accurately and that all that. I'm wasting time actually. Sorry. So we can open the wall a bit more down here maybe. So yeah, I just wanna get more. Essentially, I need more character practice before that. Because it needs to be good, obviously, right? Hide the chemist, buying chemicals, and where? Sorry, I can't quite follow. Where do you want the chemist? Do you mean like painting extra I mean like what I mean with my whole painting characters is right now I'm doing this. Right now I'm doing this, and like this and this and this, but I'm not doing, like, I would do a painting where it would be, the cam would be here, and then I have to paint the face a lot better. This is kind of cool, like without the background as well. So neat. Hyping up my own painting. How could I? Essentially, I would want to do a splash art. Because I kind of want to do that. I want to see how I tackle like illustrating people in a more complete manner. And I mean painting people faster and like the smaller distant style, that needs to happen as well. But those are like different things. Those are rather different things. I believe. Getting more. This shape's getting messy. See, this was where I always think like that's what someone with like a who actually knows how to judge these pieces will look at and be like, you know, you don't take enough time, or like you don't, there's too much mess going on here, like what is this? I also wonder if that gets better, or how long I will do this and how much I will improve over time if I just keep drawing. Because technically I don't draw that much, right? Like it's just one painting every day. That's still not a lot of drawing. So I need to get in some drawing in between that as well. That's the only way this works. Will be difficult with the whole just, you know, be done by 12. I'm not sure I can handle or make that. Handle what? Wealth? No, handle to be done by 12. Wealth Wealth I can also not handle, I believe. Fine, don't rush. Thank you. Like, I don't know, I need to make it a good splash art. Well, this isn't a splash art. The splash art would be with a character, right? Splash art I don't think is like a real term, it's Riot Games term. Or like, I don't know, probably games art term at this point. But I will make it as good a painting as I can. Thank you. Annoying, right? How I always have to correct and be like, it's actually not right. How dare you? Mm-mm. Yeah, the audacity. The audacity to, I don't even know what I'm doing there. Like I'm just talking, you know. It's so dangerous to just talk. Yet here we are, streaming me doing just that. Oh, I might actually just throw in like a bit more wall here, a bit more wall there. Like this would be more in the shade. And then we'll probably want to break up the shapes here. Honestly, composition wise, yeah, I think this already works. I think this already works. Like it doesn't need that much detail on all these elements here. You kinda get what you're looking at, right? So now I'm thinking another layer, and now you have to look away, because I will put on some like vegetation and trees and plants. Because the idea is that this is like old and overgrown, right? Yeah, it's broccoli. Maybe I'm trying to think what color would work best here. Like if I need to shift it more towards the blue hues. I think I'll just do a bit of a mixture. Yeah, it kinda works. It kinda works. Now I will just throw some in the water. Probably. Oh, I think it's basically time for you to leave. You can stay though, if you want. I won't. Just trying to keep track of time for you. um. Hmm. Actually, one thing that would be important is that this is not just crashing into, or like there would be a bit more of an elevation here. And I want to show that the rocks or the fun with the easy painting. Yes, do that. You will probably have to wait like a week at least. Nighty night. Oh, nice. What did I talk myself into now? Oh well. I mean, I had planned that anyway, so nothing unexpected, or nothing I wasn't going for anyway, some way or form. So with this I'm not sure. How exactly I wanna do this. I might just use a bit more these texture brushes. I do feel like though that they are they just add soft edges, and that looks muddled and not as interesting. So my thought would be to add more or work more with hard edged brushes, like so maybe. Up, up, up. Now I can go back to the vegetation for a little bit and just more of it basically. I think the brush is quite nice to add these chunks that are just growing out of the building. Yeah, but there isn't too much crazy stuff about this one. which I don't know, it's sorta nice as well. Hmm. Um, um, so now what I would have to do here is to add. That's why it feels unnatural actually. I forgot to add the dark shapes in the water. Provide like a dark foundation. This I want to imply that yeah, it's it's reflecting the shape a bit more, and then also the whole structure, or not the structure, the isle is like continuing underwater, so to imply that I will just paint this darkness. And that way we can understand, oh yeah, there's like water there. Not super much else planned for this one. We might just finish it relatively quickly, just so I can grab some sleep for once, maybe. That could be nice. So I will just prepare a few branches. And like trunks for trees to hang around. Otherwise I'm looking for a good color to add some more of the like hanging vegetation. Like vines and stuff that can just grow over the structure. Now I don't want to completely overdo that. But I have some structure, of course, or some leeway. I'm thinking to add a few more shapes, just like bricks, and add like little reflections. Don't know if I need those though, like maybe they destroy what I'm going for. So I'll hold back on them. I'll focus on my important shapes first. And if I then in the end realize it still needs something, then I know what I can add. So yeah, I'm just adding more and more layers to the trees here, or plants in general. Don't have to do super detailed work on them. Just enough to understand that they have three-dimensionality and all that. So to add like a little bit of Eclipse Enigma into this whole image, I'm now thinking I might want to add well, actually I'll take a moment to think, but I think I'll just add a few cloud vessels in the back, and they will sorta do the heavy lifting of applying the setting. Other than that though, right now, yeah, this is just, I could render this as long as I want to, but I feel like it's kinda already there. I do wonder if like adding a bit more of a bit more highlight would help the piece. I'm drawing this in, and then I will go through. Might be too crazy, honestly. I'll just remove a bit of the coloring. Well, it's sorta nice. Sorta nice. I think I'll keep that. So now I'll apply a bit of green in the water as well. Nice. Yeah, I can see this. I don't think it needs that much more. What I would be working on now is like the water And I think I'll go for my rings. Rings and lines. So that's sort of an approach I found for myself. Stylization of water when I'm not like painting waves. I could also go for a more violent composition here, or violent scene maybe, to contrast. Sort of like waves crashing. But I didn't really set that up. And I don't know that I wanna throw that in there just last second. So I will just go ahead and do my rings. And waves. Ananas. Now with this out of the way, can probably go for secondary shapes. I throw these circles underneath my top layer. Like this maybe. And now I apply layer effects, see what I like. Nah, shouldn't be a glow thing. A glow thing, that's the very accurate way of phrasing or naming that. Again, going for more circles, more shapes and lines, trying to create nice pattern that overlap and flow. There isn't, like, this is a more intuitive thing, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like I'm still figuring this out more than more than anything else. This is far from a complete process or studied process. but I feel like we are getting nice results. Like, it just looks interesting. And my goal here isn't really to create something that necessarily looks real or photorealistic or anything. Yeah, I'm thinking to add a bit more yellow to the back, just to get it more in line with the rest of the painting. Now we sort of have a foundation. This whole piece is somewhere between somewhere between cold and warm. Can't quite decide what it wants to be, I feel like. But it's interesting. And it has this quietness about it that I like. Like, I don't think it needs drama necessarily. I was thinking about that, but not really. Not really something that it would benefit that much from. Now finally I will just add a ship in the back. And this is kinda nice because it's, again, the reason this fortress fell out of fashion was because of these things, which could just sort of ignore, well, they couldn't ignore fortresses, but they were not as easily repelled by a fortress of that style. There are still fortresses in the world. But yeah, they pretty much all had to adapt and change the way they ran. And so this ship being here, sort of a silent herald of change, or sign of change maybe. Reminds me a little bit of when in the first stream I was just really going into detail of these things. And now I sort of have that. But like, I don't have to think as much about it, I just do. So I guess there's some development happening in the way I approach these without me actively thinking about like what to change or how to tackle that. Just happens. Oh. Yeah, just adding more details. I want it to feel less line arty and more painterly, of course. That's always the goal with these. Hmm. It's sort of this whole like, what exactly is it doing? That's really just, because the moment I add this like the grapple thing, starts to get a sort of weird agency. Like it's trying to steal something from the fortress when it's really just flying along, minding its own business. I'm thinking of blocking out parts of the painting here. I wanna avoid making them look exactly the same. So I will just go in and make a few adjustments. Like we can change the lighting a little bit, we can adjust the shape just a bit. introduce like a of individuality to each of them. So it's less obvious that I just copied those. Does it work? Can't tell. People will be able to tell that they are similar ships, but that's intended. I think, yeah, what can actually help the scene is just to add like a reflection of the ships and the water. Doesn't have to be like super good, but just to imply, hey, they do actually reflect. And they are in the scene. Because that's always the thing you wanna work towards, to really push the idea that, hey, this thing that you're seeing, it's actually affecting the scene somehow. So what I'm thinking here is, hey, why not make it cast a bit of a shadow? Maybe not this far up, but like I can see it cast a shadow like this. Very dark. Might just be this one actually. Block it out a little bit. Yeah, sort of like that. I like the idea that the shadow is sort of pushing over the fortress. Because again, storytelling, these things ended the fortress. So there's yeah, a bit of a story there. I think that's worth exploring. Looks good. Probably adding another one in the back here. And then I'll call it a day. A short day. Probably the fastest painting yet. Though actually no, The one before yesterday was also pretty fast. But I think this one, like the one before yesterday, that was just me sort of doodling. This one's also doodling, but at least I feel like the subject has a bit more artistry to it. But maybe that's just like subjective rambling. Definitely don't want to make it a habit of keeping everything super simple, but yeah, right now there's just too much stuff going on and I don't wanna burn out. I wanna keep going and really stay consistent. One every day for as long as possible. I won't even say like for a year or for a month or whatever. I will see. Eventually I might get tired of these. And by that time I'll see how many I have. The more the better. This one maybe has some auxiliary ports. Auxiliary thrusters or engines. Oh, we're just throwing a bit more detail onto it for funsies. Okay, that's kinda good. And now we can just say we'll just throw in a few more shapes. And then really call it a day there. Nice. Oh yeah, actually one more thing to consider. Do I need this? That sort of hides this. It might not be too bad. Sort of like this. Sort of like this. So now we can sort of claim this like this. Oh. I'm not sure if I like that it's pairing. Good enough. Honestly. Good enough. We'll just do a bit of liquefying. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Now I can check what I like more. And then I'll call it a day here.